Hi YouTube, welcome to another edition of HorrorHands, and for this video I'm going to be talking about the Killer Shrews. So this is a film that I watched yesterday and really enjoyed it. It's a really cool little monster movie. I say little because there's nothing extravagant about it. It's an old black and white film. It's set on a little island inside a little cottage. But I thought it was really well made in places, and it was really well done in its execution. It is a 1950s film, but it feels to me more of a 1970s type movie because it deals with like when nature attacks, which was very popular in the 1970s. When I think 1950s films, I tend to think more sci-fi, flying saucer kind of movies. And there is a scientist in this film, and there is talk of experimentation, but the sciencey stuff is kept to a minimum, and they certainly don't go into sort of scientific mumbo jumbo, which is what a lot of the old 50s movies did. Not that I don't find that entertaining. So this film is about a sea captain guy who sails to this island, and I think he's picking up supplies or something like that, and he meets this man who's a scientist, and he's got a few assistants and also his daughter, and they're really happy to see him, and they ask if he can sail back with a few things and take the guy's daughter with him as well. But the guy who's sailed to the island is like, oh no, I've got to stay a few days because there's a storm coming. And everyone on the island kind of looks a bit unsettled by this, and there's clearly something going on that they kind of want to get this woman away from, and something that they feel threatened by. And it turns out that they've been experimenting on shrews, which are like little mice, and they've been doing something to like accelerate tissue or growth or something like that. And it's resulted in a pack of giant mutated killer shrews that are terrorising the island. And the main part of the film is them barricading themselves in this cottage and trying to fend off the killer shrews that are trying to get in. And I thought it was really good. It's black and white, and the picture quality is okay, but it kind of adds to the whole sort of claustrophobia of the movie because it is filmed on such a small location. You do kind of feel quite trapped in with the characters, which I thought added to the feel of the film. The shrews themselves are really good, and I can't decide whether the effects are terrible or brilliant, because what they've done, I think, is they've used dogs and put them in these like scraggly outfits to look like killer shrews. So any kind of long shots of them running around is actually dogs to be made up to look like shrews. And it works really well, and I had to look a few times if that was in fact what they'd done, but I think it is. And they employed a similar effect in Deadly Eyes, which was a killer rat movie from the 80s, which is a really good film, where they used dogs to look like giant rats. And then the close-up shots of the shrews are kind of like handmade puppets that they've made out of whatever. But they look really cool. They've got some real teeth on them, and they look like sort of really ferocious little things, or big things, I should say. And then there's some really creepy shots of the shrews trying to get in to the cottage. So we'll see like the paws coming through the wall, or the noses coming through the door. There's a really good scene where there's a hole in the wall, and one of them puts its eye through the hole, which was really cool. And then also, I don't want to say too much, but the escape plan that they used to get off the island was quite original. I've not really seen anything like that before, so credit to the filmmakers for coming up with that idea. So I'd certainly recommend this if you're into your creature feature and kind of like ecological, when nature attack type movies. Certainly check this one out. I really enjoyed it and would recommend it to people that like those kind of movies. So as always, let me know if you've seen this movie and what you think. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more videos.